Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a kit reveal. I haven't done a kit reveal in a while. This month, for the month of June, I have joined in with the Rediscover Your Stash spending freeze, and you might say, but you're already on the Freeze Gang spending freeze, and yes, I am. But for Rediscover Your Stash, I'm going to kind of kick it up a notch or two. I'm going to use exclusively my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, which is what I'm going to show you today. And I'm kind of committing to do at least 2 layouts a day and using exclusively this kit. Now I will be, I will be creating also with my Paige Evans stash and also with my Mind the Scrap kit, and I will do those in addition to the 2 layouts a day from this stash. So think 60 layouts from what I'm going to show you today. And just to get them off the table, included in the stash are the stamps and dies from the Vicky Boutin collections that I have them for, and the stencils from all the Vicky Boutin stencils that I have in my stash. So those will come into play. Also, so I can get them off the table, I'll show you the 2 layouts I've created using this kit already. Well, actually, there are 2. There was a a challenge in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party this weekend to take any 1-page layout that you had done for the challenge, for the party, from any challenge, and turn it into a 2-page spread by using some of the same materials, some of the same design concepts, etc. So I had done this one. It's based on a White Album prompt that came out of Load, and I did a little pocket here to put my journaling in, and I crumpled up a piece of paper that I'd typed the word girl on and stapled it on, and that's the album tells a story of a concert that some friends of mine were from college were giving, and how they dedicated that song to me. This is the page I made to go before it. So this is kind of the old time page, and I used a photo that I had scanned from the newspaper, and the story that I told over here I kind of summarized in some sort of poetry verse style. There was in my Vicky Boutin collection was in this stash, is this chipboard sticker that says "In My Own Backyard," and that's where these guys were all standing. There's an arrow and these 3 little stars. I used the same stencil here that I used here. I tinted it with some Distress Oxide ink to exactly the color that I had found on my computer to back this journaling, and I used that same ink to distress the torn edges. So that's my 2-page spread. So anyway, so that's done. Didn't use a whole lot of my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit there, but the colors back there and on this arrow were just perfect for the distressed newspaper look that I was going for. Okay, let's put that aside. This is a very different one I did today, and what I used from my stash are these vellum butterflies that were in, I guess, Color Kaleidoscope, maybe, no. The fall one from fall 2019. Anyway, the challenge at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club was to use a technique that is not your superpower or to step it up. So the technique that is not my superpower then or now is watercoloring. So I watercolored these flowers and leaves and the little dots through the packaging for, you'll see me use this a lot. This was packaging for pop dots, and before I used them all, it kind of looked like this, and you've seen those. I'll use this one as well. You can kind of see a little stencil in the making there. And I have a few more of those butterflies that I used, and so that I'll put them back in the stash so that that's complete. The story I was telling were of all the gardening work that Barrett and I have been doing the last couple days, and so I had all the trash bags are lined up. There are going to be a few more by the time the trash guy comes. This is all stuff, weeds and things that needed to be cut back or down or out or whatever. And so I kind of did I called it COVID gardening, because I certainly didn't do any gardening last year. I think 2019, from beginning of January to the end of December, I was in the hospital 2 or 3 times. Ava was in the hospital all the time, and I was down there with her. But with all of that going on and everything in between, running around, taking the older kids places, and just kind of keeping up with everyday life, the garden was completely neglected. I did nothing. So another story. Let's get to the kit now. First of all, I want to say that for my 60 layouts, I've got in the paper stash, I've turned my little trolley from IKEA over so that I can get to things more easily. This page is going to be exclusively for fussy cutting. I have asked in my next Secret Not Secret kit club, I've asked for one more sheet of every design in the Let's Wander collection. So I'll be getting another one of these, but I still can't imagine doing anything other than using this side for fussy cutting. I've got this from a very early collection, and I've got a double page layout that I thought I'd use this stripe kind of somewhere as an accent or at the top, so that's out. This is another scrap that has some cut apart cards, also from Let's Wander. I've been using the cards, but you can see right here I cut out some of this paper. I almost need about 12 sheets of this because I love both the cutouts and that. Look at this with the little ink stained, or the cup ring, and that photo and the words "Paradise Found." How many of you don't want to rush right out and grab some vacation photos and use that? These 2 sheets, I got one from one kit and another from another kit, and it's from Field Notes. And what I'm planning to do here, I don't like this side at all, so this one's easy for me to use just the one side. I'm going to fussy cut everything out of one of these pages, and I'll overlay some to make some dimension there, and then probably have a photo down here. Don't know what photo I'm going to use yet, but I'm probably going to start the fussy cutting sometime soon. Let me kind of find a place that I can just lay these off to the side. Okay. I'll do that there. This is a paper from, it's not Vicky Boutin, but it is one of these incredible screen print papers from Mombly. And this is the side, the A side, if you will, the side that's meant to be used. And I thought about fussy cutting around the doily and using it as the doily, then I'd lose this pretty purple. Then I looked at the other side, and it's almost where it did the screen printing on on this side, it left this kind of thing. I thought I would run this through my printer and run some digital stuff over it to make it look like a distressed and antiqued background paper, like some of those that are in Vicky Boutin's collections, and I've got in mind a layout to use that for. There are the vellum stars that I have been fussy cutting. Of course, that's how I'm probably going to use that. I may cut a strip. That's why I kind of hate that I did this one, because that if I cut a strip and use it for a double page spread, I'm going to cut the tips off a lot of the stars, so I may just use one. This one I absolutely love, and this is the, and I don't like this, so there are maybe 3 sheets like this, and I think I may have used 2 in the mixed media. So I'm not sure how I'll use this. I may cut it into strips, or I may die cut some stars from some of the areas there, do something that will allow me to use the color variations. This one I love. I am definitely going to use both sides of that. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, let's see, whole 1, 2, 1, 2. What I'm trying to do is kind of figure out how many sheets I have for background pages. This one, I probably will cut some of the individuals, and these will show up on maybe 2 or maybe 3 different background pages. And let's see, I will not be using this one. I can make some of that paper myself. This one I have had from, I got 2 sheets of it in a Mind the Scrap kit and 1 in the my last Secret Not Secret kit. And I think I have a sheet of it designated to fussy cut out all of these envelopes, but I have mostly used this, and I probably will fussy cut some of these images out for a page that I have in mind. This one is probably one of my favorite pages in any collection ever. I'm doing a page about the drive-by graduation through the neighborhood, and this is kind of the ultimate neighborhood here. And so I'm kind of trying to figure out how I can work this in there. And I love this, but it won't bother me if I don't get to use that. This one is hard because I love this and I also love this. Not going to use either of those for backgrounds. So obviously I'm going to have to pull in some of the mixed media pages and some white, black, or craft cardstock, and maybe make some of my own backgrounds for pages here. Love this map. Love these cutouts. Definitely need another sheet of that. This is something left over from a previous collection, and so is this. I think these are the last 2 I have from the Color Kaleidoscope background. This is a really, really nice thick piece of craft that I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna use that as the background for my Craft Plus layout for this month, challenge for this month. This is not Vicky Boutin, but it's a perfect color to go with things from Wildflower and Honey. You know, like for example, look at that honeycomb. And gosh, that's from Field Notes, I think. So that would work too. Again, I thought I would use some stamps or something to make this a Vicky Boutin looking kind of background paper. So that's background. Again, this is another, that is an Imaginiste paper, and I have used this stripe on layouts. This goes back to 2013, so I've used that stripe long time ago, okay with that. I think this is also Imaginiste, and it's another perfect red. See it's that red right in there. So I can kind of do some mixed media on that and use that as a background. This is a page from a paper pad from a collection that Vicky did before Field Notes. And Field Notes was the first of her collections that I kind of became aware of, but I found this in Tuesday Morning. What I thought I would do here, I'm not sure what order I'll do it in, but I want to stamp over these butterflies. I think I'll fussy cut them out, leaving the white border, and then I'll stamp so that the stamp, you know, and I have a million stamps, obviously the ones in her collection. Imagine one of the larger butterflies stamped with some of the floral images that match florals I might be using for an updated, more recent collection. This is a sheet of paper from Field Notes. I have used this side a while back. This is 2018, I'm sure, right when I first got it, because I love using kind of ledger sheets like that, and this one with the butterflies and the writing. So I'm going to use this as a background, I think, for an upcoming page. This one, I think I have two of these, I do, and I have fussy cut off, or fussy cut and punched off both of them, so I don't have a whole sheet. But you know, I've got plenty of this. My granddaughter's graduation page, her cap and gown is this blue that's in the background, and I'm going to use a lot of aqua otherwise, so that will come in handy for that. I will probably I'm going to use this branding strip for sure, but I will probably do more fussy cutting of cameras here than using the Say Cheese. I did cut a tag that let the Say Cheese show, and I probably will cut a circle out of this because it's got the red kind of overlaid on there. This is a scrap. I think that's from Color Kaleidoscope, and I adore both sides of this, but I will probably try to make some kind of strips there and some kind of sunray. These sheets are single-sided, and they're from that pad. This would make a great background with some florals cut out here, and then something going on. So I'll probably use, Vicky did a 2-page in a class that she did, I believe, Sunday maybe. And I'll show you the florals I'm probably going to cut out. She used, of course, a much newer collection. She used Wildflowers and Honey. And I've got this one. I'm having trouble separating it from that. But I thought I'd fussy cut this for one corner and maybe this one for the other corner, and then use some of these in a cluster around the photo. So I'll kind of put those together. This is a pink wood grain. I love it. Definitely going to use that as a background. And I've got a challenge for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party that had it was a mood board challenge, and I immediately thought of this paper. I'm going to use this. I think I may have another sheet of it. I might actually fussy cut some of the numbers out and offset them, or I may do some decorating around the numbers. So let me put that out, because that's a layout I need to do maybe today, maybe at least this week. There's another butterfly I can stamp over, just some fun cut aparts. And I may have messed something up here. I love, well, this is from the pad. There's this overlay. It's an acrylic overlay that has these starbursts. You can kind of see there. And I've seen a layout that Vicky did that layered this behind a photo cluster, and these little starbursts were kind of sticking out around. It's just beautiful. But it's actually really beautiful on top of this gold foil page. This is a gold foil acrylic, so definitely going to use that. More gold foil from that same paper pad, this white and gold, and this polka dot, a charcoaly brown looking map, some corkboard with a stripe. I like this. Thought about fussy cutting some of these elements to layer on top of something else, while, you know, again, another sheet of this, I could possibly use that for it. So kind of lots of ideas, and these are all very fussy cuttable accents. Okay, and I saved the back of that pad so that I've got, this is the layout. This one actually has the feather overlay and some of the florals cut out there on top of that one. That's a really beautiful layout. So I just kind of wanted that as a reminder. And I use these covers. I cut them up and make mini books. So here's the feather overlay. So that's included in there. Another one of the dark map. I wonder what that feather overlay would look like over that dark paper. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That is really nice. So kind of a dreaming about traveling sort of a theme. Feathers always make me think of dreaming. Okay, back to collection paper. Love this. This is from Color Kaleidoscope, and I have used this background in many ways. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may just ignore that since I've used it so much and do something with this. Here is, this is from that same paper pad. These are some numbers that I may fussy cut and overlay next to the same number on this sheet. So like I could find, where's the 5? This is the 5. I could maybe put it there. I don't have a whole one. There's a 1 here. I could fussy cut that and prop it up on foam and lay it right next to that 1. Same with this 8. And so I think there's a way I can play with those. Here's a field notes page that I love both sides and have used them many times. I probably will fussy cut some of these flowers and some of these feathers, and that's the only way I'll use those is fussy cut images. I will probably use strips of this. I love Vicky's handwriting and all of those sentiments. More cameras and say cheese. Love, this is from All the Good Things, and I love this, and probably will try to put this and this and this, all these papers together on that graduation layout, which is going to be a double page layout, and I have to do that today. So again, I'll put that in my current stack. And this is another page of this blue with the black butterflies. So this may be the sheet I use for the page. I will probably fussy cut some of these butterflies for that page. And speaking of butterflies, here are the field notes butterflies, which are a different style of butterfly, but I like them, and I think out in my yard, all my butterflies are not the same style, so I'm perfectly okay using some of these butterflies and those butterflies and these. So, and this is a really nice, simple, ooh, look at that branding strip. Simple kind of yellow dotted paper. So I would like using that kind of as a background for something. So I'll probably I'll try to figure out, I'll cut a column, I'll select a column of these butterflies to cut out the different colors, and then I'll have the other side of it to use as a partial background there, or at least some matting around photos or layering. And this is another of my favorite Field Notes papers, and I had a couple sheets of that. I probably am more likely to use this side, and I may do some stamping in black over it, a la, you know, with some of the same little images that you see in these hearts, because I do have those, all those stamps. And I love this strip, so I'll probably coordinate that. So those are my mostly full sheets. These are some scraps, and admittedly I'm seeing a couple that are not Vicky Boutin, but they were used. Like this is a color that could be used with many Vicky Boutin images. And of course I have this and this, the honeycomb. I've got lots of opportunities to kind of add things in. There's a layout I'm getting ready to do that has that I want to do tickets, and there are these little tickets I can fussy cut, and there are these that I can actually punch or die cut tickets from, so I can use up that strip of paper easily. And I've got I love these cutouts, but I have some images of these owls and some of these things. I like this measuring stick that I can use from all of this stuff. And I'm not sure if you can see all of this stuff. All of this, let me pull this in a little bit closer so you can kind of see what I'm working with there, because we're getting ready to look at that in a minute. Anyway, those are my paper scraps. Embellishment wise, I've got this ticket or tag, and I'm not sure what collection it came from. This is a very old collection of tags that go with whatever that collection was before Field Notes. So, and there's an example of images that they've built up on a tag, and this is one of those stamped butterflies, so it's got, you know, kind of some wide open butterflies there that you could stamp over. So those will come into use. We've already seen these vellum butterflies. I have a whole little container here that there's some small things inside here. That's an envelope that I got from Christina. This is a Maggie Holmes, I'm sure. And there are some things that are not Vicky Boutin, but that I have used when doing some pages, you know, with Vicky Boutin stuff. And I've got leaves and images from probably 5 different collections here, and I will mix and match. I'm not, you know, a matchy person, and even if the tones, if the teal from one collection doesn't quite exactly match the teal from another, if I use them far enough apart, they kind of read the same. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with that flower, but it's got that gold that might work with something. Or I may just kind of stuff it into my Maggie Holmes box. Let's see. These are sticker sheets, loose sticker sheets that are from probably, you know, a package like that include both shiny colored stickers, and I've got these that Christina sent me in a Secret Not Secret kit. I think this is Field Notes, that are stickers meant to be colored in. Sometimes I color them, sometimes I leave them black and white. There's the flower style, I think, from All the Good Things, or Field Notes. And there's this, and I actually have a brand new unopened package. There's another set of those color them yourself kind of stickers. And here's some paisleys. I've had fun coloring those Paisleys. And so, and when I say I've had fun coloring them, that does not mean that they came out well or enough for me to really like them or show them off. So these are puffy stickers from maybe Color Kaleidoscope. These are those loose stickers from Color Kaleidoscope. A scrap of paper that didn't make it into the scrap heap. A 6x8 pad from There's the paper that I really wish I had in 12x12. I saw her using that in her class this weekend and looked everywhere. I thought, sure, I had one of these in 12x12. I must have been thinking of this. But, you know, the proportions are not going to be the same, but I can definitely use this on a 12x12 page. And I will. Let me see if I have the other one, maybe. Ooh, I don't. Anyway, I have this from Wildflower and Honey. This is something that does not belong in here, so I'm going to put that somewhere else. These are, I'm just going to kind of quickly bring them out. Okay, let me talk about this. It's another 6x8 pad, probably something I got at Tuesday morning, and it's from an earlier collection, maybe All the Good Things, maybe Field Notes, and it has these pages, which I really love, and that pretty pink, but it has this really nice royal blue that I intend to use on that graduation layout because that's exactly the color of her cap and gown. And I think there's another sheet of it in here somewhere. I'll find that, but I will put it over in that stack. Okay, here's a scrap from, I just love both sides of this, from Let's Wander. And I have a few other scraps there. There's Wildflower and Honey. I have two of those 6x8 pads. I got one from one kit. And here's some more scraps, some alphas. I've got one from, I got one of these from Mind the Scrap and one from Secret Not Secret, and I think these came from, the pink ones came from Mind the Scrap, and they're perfect. So you can recognize that these are from all different collections, a lot of Color Kaleidoscope, a lot of Field Notes and All the Good Things, and there's more Color Kaleidoscope there. So I have plenty of Vicky made embellishments, if you will, and a few of this size sticker sheets. Mostly what I have here is spent packaging that I will fussy cut and use for embellishing. I may not use all of that because how many times can you use that same image from the same collection? So that's it. That's what I have to work with. I'm going to throw this in because that's a stencil with some Vicky Boutin texture paste. I have a number of, I have the collection of texture pastes, and also the texture pastes are from Wildflower and Honey, I think. And I also have the powders, powder. And I think I'm getting, I have one set of each, and I think I may be getting one set of one or the other in my next Mind the Scrap kit. So those will also be added into the mix. I will be using those. And I'll try to stick to these supplies with maybe some neutral cardstock brought in for some of the pages. And I'll try to stick to stencils and stamps when I create with with these supplies. I'll try to stick with stencils and stamps from the from my Vicky Boutin stash, and when I'm working with other collections, like the Mind the Scrap collection, which may have some Vicky Boutin supplies, I'll keep that within the Mind the Scrap, and I'll post that only there. If I make them during the month, I'll post them in Rediscover Your Stash, but they won't post or be in my review video for how to kill a kit with style. I kind of play in so many sandboxes lately that I kind of find it hard to keep track sometimes where I can or have or shouldn't post something. So that's my set of supplies. Let me turn this back, get this back right side up. I've got my my charter and my commitment, 2 layouts a day. Here are the supplies I'm going to use for my next couple layouts, and I'll see you out there. I'm really excited to join in and really looking forward to this month. So thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.